How's it going, everybody? Happy Sunday. Sorry to be late. Everything working okay? I kind of threw this stream together at the last minute. We got home it's been about an hour, maybe hour and a half ago that we got home from our little trip down to Las Vegas to see my sisters and their kids. And I was kind of like, gosh, I want to stream, but I don't know if and then we decided, yeah, let's do it. What the hey, eh? Let's do it. I got things I need to do. Might as well do them with you guys. How's it going? Joshua was number 1. Good job, buddy. Hello. Nexus 44, how you doing, man? And Nick is here, and Renee, and Chris Green, man. Oh, sorry, I got 3rd. Oh, man. Hey, James, how you doing? Brian, thought there was no stream. There wasn't going to be. Actually, you know what I noticed? If you look at the stream calendar, if you look at the, I'll just pull up you'll see my whole calendar of my entire life, pretty much. But I actually modified the wrong stream time. I moved it on next week. I set it to 1:30, thinking that that's when I would get on today. But then, of course, it ended up being quite a bit later. But anyway, so next week, I'm not sure. So our church time has changed for us now again. So I don't know what time I'm going to stream. I'm probably going to stream about 1 or 1:30 in the afternoons now instead of noon. So it'll probably be a little bit later rather than early. And I don't know if that's working anymore, James, or at least, yeah, right now, 15 days ago, yeah, Blade needs me to do something to fix it. Or he needs something from me, I'm sure, I need to log in and approve something for the bot again. From time to time, it needs to be redone. Happy New Year, Henry. Happy New Year is right. Martin, how you doing, Martin? Thanks for being here, buddy. Grotto, just finished watching the latest LED video. It was awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. That was fun because that was Friday. Like we installed those lights on Friday. So 2 days ago, we installed them Friday. We did a little bit of the editing Friday night, did a lot of the editing yesterday, and then posted it, last night to be released today. And I thought maybe since I wasn't going to be able to stream at my usual time that I would post a video to be released at the usual time. That would be, maybe the next best thing, right? Happy New Year, Daniel. It came out pretty good. Yeah, thanks. So so here's the background story. I'll tell you the little background story for that. So last year, and Brian, I'm answering your question specifically. Brian says, why didn't you use a DrZz? One reason is I don't have any. Right now, I do have a couple. That's not 100% true. I do have a few laying around. I could have scrounged up some. We've got a big batch of them coming. We've built a few here out of parts that I've had for a while to kind of fill in the blanks. But the other part of that answer, I guess, besides I don't have any, is that last year, before Corona, we went down to CES in Las Vegas, the Consumer Electronics Show, which is a big electronics show every year in January. And I stayed at my sister's house. And during the evenings when we were home from the conference, I would sit down with my brother-in-law and we would work on his plan for his lights. He wants to do strips like that all the way around his whole house. So we planned it all out. He bought the lights, he bought the aluminum channel, and at the time we didn't have DrZzs. We did, but you had to build them yourself, and I had built them, but I told him when he was buying stuff, I said, just get some Node MCUs, and we'll just use some pixels. We'll just cut some pixels off, and we'll use those to do the data boosting, and that's good enough. And it is, and it's still the cheapest way to do it. I mean, you can do, if you want a $5 LED controller that works really well, does the job, you can do it with a Node MCU plus minus a sacrificial pixel. I would definitely encourage sacrificial pixel use because it really helps you to not have to put the Node MCU right next to the LEDs. You saw what we did in the video. We used the Node MCU, and it's probably 30 feet, 20 something feet from where the beginning of the LEDs is because of that sacrificial pixel. If without that sacrificial pixel, we'd have just flickering nonsense coming into the LEDs or out of the LEDs because the data signal going into them would be so cruddy. So why didn't we use DrZzs? 1, because I didn't have any. 2, because he already bought all of the Node MCUs because he bought them all last year. Hey, Sir Charles, thank you. Thank you for subscribing again. Thank you, thank you. I think that's a Twitch subscribe even. I'm not sure, but we'll celebrate. Thanks. Did you end up packaging the Node MCU into a project box? No, we just left it sitting there. I think he will, though. I think he will put it in a project box. I'll certainly encourage him to do that. And a few people on the video made a good point about having a fuse if you have, like in that case, we had a 60 amp power supply. And, I mean, if you had a short, there's nothing to stop it from just going poof, I guess, like, or melting the wires. You know, if we had a lower amperage power supply, maybe something inside there would break first, you know? So anyways, having fuses is a good idea. We didn't have a fuse. So something will snap before, you know, and then we do have pretty big wires. I would bet if there was a short, the thing that would probably blow would be one of the LEDs would probably be the weakest link, something that would explode. Leaving it in the attic, what about the heat level up there? It may get pretty hot up there in the summertime. We'll have to see. You know, we'll have to see. But yeah, I think leaving it in the attic is a pretty good idea for most of the time. So I convinced you to get the Ender 3 V2 and it came today. Oh, Grotto, you're going to love it, bud. You're going to love it. It's a good one. It's a good one. Yeah, that's a good question, D-Bets. And we'll have to see how it goes this summer. And anybody who has put these in a place that gets real hot, let me know what happens. Because I don't know. It's out of the sun. It is insulated. It is right next to his air conditioning unit. Not that the outside of the air conditioning unit hopefully is very cold, and it's right by the vent up from the house. So I mean, it might get hot up there, like 120 maybe, but I bet it doesn't get much hotter than 120 Fahrenheit up there. It might. Looking at mounting your power supply and stuff inside the garage door. Yeah, that's great. Garage is probably a better place than the attic if you can get there. I mean, if you can get to a closet inside the house, that's probably triple good. But inside the attic is, to me, better than being in a project box outside. But maybe not. We'll see how it goes. I mean, they're in Vegas and it's hot, but I'd be tempted to keep it inside of an enclosure for fire reasons. You know what? AK is actually a fireman, and he didn't have a problem with that, but he didn't have a problem. But you can, yeah. I'm not going to tell you don't be safer, but you have a perfect spot to run the wires out. Awesome. The Did You Know has a temp sensor. You could add more to monitor the temps on the PSU. Yeah. Node MCU outside in Arizona, sun in a black project box. It probably gets up to over 115 direct sunlight. And I've never had an issue with the Node MCU. There you go, Rasby. There you go. Hey, thanks for your comment about Zach. Also, he was really happy to hear that. He did a great job. You're totally right. He made the video. Like, he totally did. And I got to give him credit even for us doing it, because when we started working on it, and I thought, going down there, I thought, well, maybe AK will be home. And if he's home, because he's a fireman, so sometimes he'll go to work and he'll work for 2 days and he won't come home. But I figured, well, he's probably going to be home. And if he's home, we should, maybe get to work on some of his lights and try and help him out. Because I know he hadn't made any progress over the past year on it since I left the last time. So we get down there and I'm like, yeah, I want to help do it. And so we started working on it. And you can see, like, at the point where we started the video, we'd already been working on it for a couple of hours. We'd already poked a couple holes. We'd already been trying to fish wires through. We already had the setup ready to test it, like, right away. And that was when I was like, man, I should really be filming this. And we were all thinking that, but nobody had said it. But Zach has been the best about that. He's been like, you're going to film this, right? Like, you got to film this. We're going to do a project. You have to film it. And what I need is somebody to be the cameraman. So Zach's willing to be the cameraman, and I can just do the project and just talk while I'm doing it and explain things and talk about little important points. And it works out perfectly. And then he's a funny kid, so he gets in there and does funny things. And then we got together afterwards, and he wants to learn how to edit it. And so we edited it together as well. So it was fun. We had a good time. Need to get Zach a 4K camera for your offsite shoots. Yeah, we filmed that whole thing, D-Bets, on my phone. That whole video is on my iPhone 7 because we didn't take any camera equipment or anything. I've got microphones and I've got lots of good stuff. He totally needs a gimbal because he knows it too. He's like, I hate, because I hold it and I'm shaking around. How much of the recording makes the final cut, Yusuf? Good question. So I bet we filmed, oh my gosh. There was probably somewhere in the ballpark of 2 hours worth of footage at least. And that's, and I'm not counting I'm counting the time lapses as whatever they came out at, right? So he might have set a time lapse. He set the camera down to do a time lapse and that might have ran for a couple of hours, but it turned into like 10 minutes or something. So I tried to keep it pretty short. And there was some things we just didn't film. Like somebody made the comment about the diffuser, like snapping on the diffuser. We did snap on the diffuser, but I didn't film it. Somebody asked about the corners, which would have been really good. I really should have filmed that, but we didn't get it. So, we'll have to do that on the next one. Homemade gimbal. Oh man. Was it in a courtyard? Yeah, Nick, it was. It's, so the way their house is kind of a U shape. So the garage is on one side and so it's garage and then bedrooms and then it's kind of the kitchen living area and then some more bedrooms on the other side. It's Vegas. It's all one story. There's no upstairs, no basement. And so that little courtyard is kind of in between, all that area. So it was a perfect spot to just be able to poke through once and get the project done so that he was with me and we did it together. So now he can know what to do the rest of it. So which software did I edit with? Final Cut Pro is what I used to edit. If I had to do it over again, if I were going to start over with learning how to edit, I would use DaVinci Resolve because it's free. Did I just butt the corners together? Did I slide the bracket to join them? I just butted them together. So for the corners, we just did, we took the channeling, the aluminum part of it and just stuck it in the corner. Okay. And we left a gap. And then we actually took the diffusers. So I offset the diffusers so that the diffusers didn't end right at the end of the channeling. Where the channel butts together, the diffuser wouldn't also be butted together there. The diffuser would be solid across there and it would have a joint in a different spot. So what that meant was when we got to the corners, what I did actually was I took the diffuser and I just heated it up. I shot it with the hot gun, the heat gun, and melted it basically, and then just bent it into the corner. It turned out pretty good. Gimbal sounds like a good project for the Ender 3 V2. If there's a good gimbal that you guys know of a model, let me know. I haven't tried printing a gimbal before. Starting to plan your house lights. For Permatrack, are the pixel buds with 4-inch spacing the correct ones to buy? No, I would do the 3-inch, Martin. Right now with the Permatrack that we have, the holes are 2 inches apart. So with 4 inches of wire, you really just end up buying wire that you don't need. So, and I know that that's what RGB Man has. He pretty much has all his with 4-inch wire, but 3-inch wire is okay. It's good. And that's what I would use. So, you can buy them from wherever else, BTF Lighting or someplace else. If you were going to go to 2, if you're going to skip and go every 4 inches, then you would need his, the 4-inch wire in between. But I would just go with the 2-inch or the 3-inch ones. Any chance there would be a 3-inch spacing on the Permatrack? You know what, Chris? There's a chance. We started with 3-inch, and then we got a lot of people who wanted 2-inch, so we moved it to 2-inch. And right now we're still working on, getting the production fast enough. And if we get the production fast enough, man, so many errors. If we get the production finally where we're caught up on one single kind of track, then we're going to open back up to, some options, some choices. That's not really coming up. Oh, there it is. Cell phone gimbal. Oh, you know what? I do have a cell phone gimbal. I do have one. Big Bang Bong Birds. How's it going, Bling? Anywho's, all right, let's do a couple things. Wish I could get some Did You Knows in Canada. Everywhere, everything is always sold out. Yeah, they are so hard to get, TRCC. They are so hard to get right now. But I've got another 1,000 of them coming. And I'm sure that Will, up there at xgeeks.ca in Canada, he's going to get some more too, and there'll be some more international ones. So we aren't really slowing down. I'm sure that there's going to be some people, there will be less people interested in doing it, the next couple months. But we're not really slowing down. Is your Nabu Casa in the bin? No. This thing? Okay. So let's take a minute and talk about this. Looking forward to trying the Pixel Pros. Thank you, Chris. Yeah. PCBWay is they're bugging me right now. They're like, hey, are we going to make some of these or what? Are we going to make some of these or what? So I probably will have them make some. We'll probably have them make some. They're more expensive than I want them to be from PCBWay, but I might have them make some just so we can get some and get them out there. So, do I have a video about Tuya Local? I thought I did. Not a Federal. I thought I did. But if not, I would look at Paul Hibbert at least he shows that how it works. Working on Node-RED for some automation. That's a great idea, Buzz Valley Bee Farm. That's a great idea. Do you use Node-RED? You are so right. You are so right. Did I see Sir good enough here? I don't know if I did, but how's it going, SG, if you're here, brother? Thank you. Okay, let's look at this. So, I started with the new Home Assistant Blue, and I've done a couple little things here and there. It's been kind of hodgepodge because I've been mixing it in during live streams and not really sitting down and focusing on it. It's the nature of the life I live at this point. But I thought every time I pull up this, it looks horrible. So this is just the, I guess the default. This is like the whole states page. So basically what this is doing is showing every single entity and every single option in each entity or each device all on one page. And that is horrible, right? Nobody wants this as their user interface. Okay. So what we need to do is fix that. So I want to start with a new UI. So if you're setting up Home Assistant for the first time and you connect a few devices, and in this case, I think the only things that I've connected are WLED controllers. Looks like a few things that were automatically added, like Shelly switches showed up, Roku showed up, and this is Hyperion showed up, and then a bunch of these are Amazon Echo and Google Home devices that showed up. Kind of not all automatically, but some of them automatically. Anyways, if you just turn on Home Assistant and connect a few integrations for some devices, you're just going to have this big spaghetti mess. So what do we do about that? Well, I think I could do it right there. Let me check on something. There was a thing to change here where you had to do advanced mode. I think if you turn off advanced mode, I don't think you can, there's some things you can't change. And I think maybe the overview, no, you still can. Okay, good. So it must be some other stuff. Edit dashboard. This dashboard is currently being maintained by Home Assistant. It is automatically updated when new entities or Lovelace UI components become available. If you take control, this dashboard will no longer be automatically updated. You can always create a new dashboard in the configuration to play around with. Are you sure you want to take control of the user interface? Yes, I do. And it says start with an empty dashboard and then you take control. That's what we're going to do. That's it. So now we have a blank user interface. All right, so Good Enough is here. How's it going? What's with the cheese and the eagle? I like it. I know it's you. I can recognize it from far away, so that's good. But what's with the cheese and the eagle? I left that dashboard and created a new one. Always interesting in whatever the defaults do. I think you can do a default, or you can do something where it does show everything, but I'm not 100% sure about that. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is edit the title. So for the title, let's call this just the main dashboard. Boring. And then right now there's nothing on it. So if we were to just click out of it, there's nothing there. So we have to add some things. So we're going to add some things. Let's see what there is to add. Ooh, let's see. Oh, so this is creating a whole new view. So the views are kind of like the tabs at the top. If you look at my current operational, fully armed and operational Home Assistant instance, I've got these icons along the top. Those are the different views. So the first thing that I'm doing is creating a new view. I like having the icons at the top. So I'm going to use an icon. To use an icon in Home Assistant, you have to do MDI. Well, you don't have to do MDI. There are other options, but I'm going to do MDI and then house. Oh, nothing showed up. So let's try home. Okay, there it goes. It came up with a home. What else could I do? Well, let's start with home. Yeah, that's cool. That's easy enough. URL is optional. The theme is optional. Panel mode, we can do another time. I'm not going to worry about that, but it tells you what panel mode does. It renders the first card at full width. Other cards in this view, as well as badges, will not be rendered. So that's if you want to use like a floor plan, or for like a default, for like a camera view. If you want the whole screen, the whole dashboard view to be nothing but that first card, then you would use panel mode. But we're not going to use panel mode. And we don't need a URL, and we're going to set the theme. We're going to let the theme be chosen by the back end, right? So we're going to do that. How am I enjoying my Blue Father time? I think it's awesome. I haven't been using it as much yet, but I do this, like I play around with it. And that's part of the reason why I want to do this, because I need to keep making progress with it, because I want to transition everything over to it. And I don't want to do that when nobody's watching. So if I'm going to do this, I'm going to go in and set up my Blue and play around with it and make it my new Home Assistant instance. I want to do it where everybody can see. So that's what we're doing. All right. So that's a very simple view we'll start with. So there's the view. So now, well, there's only one view. So when it's only showing this. If I want a different view, so let's say I want a view that would be, gosh, I don't even know what's in there. So let's just call a view, we'll make a view just for LED controllers, okay? So we'll go MDI, and then we'll go, I don't think there's anything for LED, so we'll go light. No. Lamp. Yeah, it's kind of lame. Bulb. No. So if you want to know what the MDI icons are, there's this bursabov.com, mdi.bursabov.com. It's an easy place to see all of them. If you go to the actual MDI website, it's a little bit trickier to see. LED. There we go. This is a good one. LED strip variant. Okay, so this is what I want it to say. So I copy that. Now I'll go back here and MDI colon and then paste that in LED strip variant, and that's what it'll look like. Okay. All right. So now if I go here, now I've got those two views. So this is my home view. This is my LED controller view. All right. So let's go to the home view and add some stuff. So again, we got to go edit dashboard. We're on the home view here. So we're going to add a card. What card should we add? You should definitely add a media player card. So let's do this media control card. And the media player that I want to control is going to be my Amazon Echo that sits here on my desk, which I believe is called Justin's, or no, it's just called Echo Show 5. Oh, Dad's Office, which is mediaplayer.echoshow5. Okay. So that I want to be part of my main thing. All right. Grids, grids, and grids. Oh, yeah. Grids, grids, grids. This isn't going to be like a whole bunch of, this is how you make a really great dashboard and use all these things, because I don't have a lot of entities in here. We could add some more entities. Let's see. So you want to see the grids. I looked at the grids. Vertical stack, horizontal stack, web page, grid. What am I going to do if I put a grid in here, though? I don't have a lot of entities right now to use in a grid. until I put some more things in here. You know, we could tinker around with this. Somebody was asking about Sweet Home 3D. Who was asking about Sweet Home 3D? Howard's here. Fantastic. Smart thermostats. I don't know, Bling. I've made my own, so I don't have one. 50 Z-Wave devices, 30 Zigbee, maybe 30 or so others. Not a big fan of installing, as DrZzs has, of an installation. No. That's a pretty big installation, man. Sheesh, that's 110 devices. That's pretty big. Some who do all their home automation in Node Red with, oh yeah, Jordan, no later. Like Home Assistant, Superhouse TV does this, for example. Started measuring my whole house to start the Sweet Home. Yeah, good. Not as big. I don't know, yours is pretty big. Anyways. Well, let's see. I guess I started to do this, but I don't really have very many entities. So let's just go with, well, let's go with a grid and put some WLED controllers on there, I guess, for now. So grid card configuration. So we'll start with a button, and then you got to identify the entity. So I only have a couple of light entities. Actually, only one. Well, I guess that's this one. So that's the WLED 16 by 16. That's a little matrix here I've been playing with. So we'll put that in the grid, and we'll call it the mini matrix, because I've got a bigger matrix in the office here. So we'll call it mini matrix. We'll leave the, well, let's see if is there another, what would you use for a matrix? An LED strip? There's not going to be a matrix, and that's just not going to be a thing. Oh my gosh, there is. Ha! Wow. Okay. Let's actually use this. Camera metering matrix. Okay. We'll use that as the icon. I kind of like that. So we'll go in here, and you can use, somebody was saying, oops, you have to do MDI at the beginning. Somebody was saying that you can do Font Awesome, and yes, you can. And Font Awesome actually has a lot of really good icons as well. But you have to install the add-on and or the whatever it is, the custom thing. It's not a big deal, and I will do it eventually in this, but I'm not going to do it just quite this moment. This just blows my mind. Hey, CS Watson, it blows your mind? This is awesome. All right, Jeff is here, and Dale. How's it going, Jeff? How's it going, Dale? Thanks for being here. Dale, who was asking about it? Was it Dale? Dale would like to see floor plan. For you, Dale, we're going to look at floor plan then. We'll look at Sweet Home 3D. Do I have a video of my DIY thermostat? I do, Eric. It's a couple years old, and I would probably do it a little bit differently now. But yes, I do. And yeah, it's old. I think it says Thermostat. I put some Z's in the middle. It was a phase I was going through. Kind of like my headless. Although right now with my black background, this does kind of look headless, doesn't it? Is RGB man recovered? He is doing better. He's back in his garage filling orders and stuff. Gone dark on sales and support email. Really, that too. Seems like a lot of people are wondering what's going on with orders. Yeah, I know he's shipping LEDs again, because I was over at his house a couple days ago before we went on our little trip. The most distractible man on YouTube. I am. How's it going, Johnny? Johnny feels headless. What's your recommendation for pressure sensor? Oh, I don't know. I don't know that. 5,000 from him tonight. Okay, good, Worm. Good. Yeah, he hopefully he's good on getting orders out. Here's one thing I think that maybe not everybody figures out with Mike sometimes is he's been offering custom pixels, meaning like somebody will go on to his site and say, okay, I need, 157 pixels that are 2.5 inches apart. And I need these specific kinds of ends, this whatever, Ray Wu or whatever. So when somebody makes an order like that, he tells it to China. He says, okay, this is a custom order from China. And they make it in their factory custom and then ship it out. So it takes forever. But if you just want like by the bag, which is I think 400 or 800 pixels in a bag. Or even if you want less, he opens the bag and they're in strings of 100. If you just want them in quantities of at least 100, of increments of 100, I guess what I was trying to say, then he can just throw them in a bag and ship them, or throw them in a box and ship them. So those shouldn't be too bad. But when you have a custom order, if you have, something specific about it, then it takes him longer to do. Yeah. And he is one guy. He's just trying to do his best, but, Raywu offers custom on AliExpress, but the shipping is ridiculous to the US. Yeah. All right, here we go. Back to this. Okay, what do we want it to do when we click on it? I want to switch these around. I do want it to do more info when I just tap it, and I want it to toggle when I hold on it. Yeah, I like that. And I don't need it to show the state on or off because the icon will change and that'll show me that. I do like it having the name and I do like it showing the icon. Okay, great. That's that. Now we're going to do the other button. For the other button, we'll do this because this is my GPIO 18 PC light, which is actually my Hyperion lights, which seem to have shown up automatically. We're going to change the icon though. I do like the lava lamp one, but we're going to change it to that LED strip. Yeah, we're going to change it to that, and we're going to call it Hyperion. Okay. And we'll just have it toggle. Yeah, well, this one I'll actually keep it so that when I tap it, it toggles on or off, and if I hold it, then I get more info. I like that. All right. Let's make sure this is going to work. Yeah, there it goes. Beauty. Sweet. And if I hold it, then I can do things like change the color, brightness. I can do a few effects. There aren't too many effects. Grabber. I don't know which grabber that is. Oh, this is so cool though that it does this. I don't know which one is my is it the Bob Light server? No. I thought it would be the grabber, but I guess not. It might not work with... Oh, yeah, no, there it is. Yeah. Oh, no, that's not it. Anyways. I thought it would be the grabber, but it doesn't look like it's the grabber. Anyways. So, yeah, there it is. I think right now, because Home Assistant is controlling it, it's not grabbing the background from the Hyperion capture. So in order to do that, I probably need to turn this off, and that comes on. Anyways. I'll have to figure out what that setting is. The grid card is so powerful and fun to use. Bedtime. See you. Good night, C.S. Watson. Good night. Can someone drop a link to RGB Man? I think it's just rgb-man.com. Bling. rgb-man.com. Which reminds me, by the way, Permatrack. It's on the ocean. It's on its way. 5,000 pieces. So it should be coming. When it does come, there's going to be a different website for the store. Thank you, Chris. It tried. It didn't want to do it. There's going to be a new website for the store. What do you guys like? You can have some input on this. Do you want, or should we make it, we can't do permatrack.com. Somebody else already has it. We could buy it from them, but it might cost us more than we want to spend. So we could do permatrack.world. We could do permatrack.us. We could do perma-track.com. We could do permatrack.io. We could do permatrack.shop, permatrack.store, permatrack.info. Those are all options. Still can't approve links. I know. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong, Paul. You're right. I don't know. I can't do it. Permatrack-led.com. Ooh. Oh, that's not bad. Permatrack-led.com. .io, permatrack.leds. Store for sure. Homemade says store for sure. IO is a good option. IO is I kind of liked store or shop. US makes sense depending on your shipping region aspirations. Yeah. And that's why we should maybe do world as well and US. And then somebody else could do CA, that kind of thing. Like, or shop, US or shop. You just bought them all. You suck. You suck. Dot today. You like dot today. Oh, I haven't come up with that one. Shop.us. All right. Well, I'll be buying something tomorrow. .se. What's .se, Johnny? Where's that? .led. I don't see why not. Dot .buy. Oh, I hadn't tried that one. Keep in mind what you're defining. What are we fixing today? Oh, I gotcha. Zach is in the chat. He can show you how. Oh, Zach, is it Zach in the chat? Zach, like as in the Zach that made a bunch of these cards? Zach Barrett, yeah. Is this your baby, Zach? Did you made the grid card? And Zach's making a lot of good videos. Yeah, I guess I am the Zach. You spell it with a K. See, my Zach spells it with an H, so we can. You're Zach with a K. Paulus made the grid card. Oh, but you've been doing a lot. Let's look at This is a plug for Zach, right? Zach, you've been making videos, right? I know we've had this conversation before because we looked for Zach Barrett and I could not spell it right to save my life. Hey, how's it going? Rob's here. This is the wrong Zach Barrett again. This one. This is the guy. Okay. Yeah, that's the same picture. If you haven't subscribed to Zach Barrett, what is wrong with you? Come on, guys. Permatrack.DrZzs. Oh boy. Oh boy. Do I seem like a new man tonight? Totally refreshed? I feel pretty refreshed. How you doing, Rob? Hey, did you see the video? You recognize that house? Rob was there last year. We you know what, my sister Carrie and her, I don't know if you met AK, her husband, he's the fireman. But anyways, Rob hung out at their house for a few hours last year before going to the airport. And we finally got his lights up because we were working on them last year. I don't remember if you were there when I was doing some of that or not. But he wanted some lights up and he hadn't. Yeah, you were reminiscing. Nice. I was sad that we weren't down there to go to, CES in the next whatever week or two was going to be. Oh, well. What do you know about that? I mean, they must be doing some kind of a virtual CES, right? I haven't heard anything about it. Well, you're doing really good, Zach. I appreciate your videos. I think your topics are good. And so, yeah, keep it up. Keep it up. Keep doing it. Rob will tell you we evolve. Right. So, when you look back on your videos, your first ones, you might go, oh, gosh, I do. Rob probably doesn't because Rob's, been hitting home runs since day one. Anyways, where were we? Oh, we were doing this. We were doing this. We were doing this. This is grid card stuff. I don't have a whole lot of other devices to put in here, but at least now when we pull this up, it won't be just ugly, right? Camera quality is greatly improved. Squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. We are squirreling around, squirreling around, squirreling around. So Dale, let's do, what else did I put in the title? Let's do a few minutes of Sweet Home 3D for Dale. Dale, you still here? Did you go to bed already? Let's do a few minutes of Sweet Home 3D for Dale. Zach made a good video for the grid card. There you go. See, now I don't even have to worry about it. It's covered. Grid card layout for alarm and sensors. Fantastic. I'm very happy when I see a lot of new guys doing Home Assistant videos. I love doing Home Assistant videos and I'll still do ones. I'll still do them. But to me, it feels like it takes some pressure off. Like, okay, good. Now I don't have to do a bunch of videos about this because, somebody else is going to cover it and they'll do a good job and that'll be great. And we can still talk about it in a live stream. That way I can focus my videos on my projects. Like whatever it is I'm doing, I can make a video about it. And that's kind of was the beginning, how I started out. So Superhouse TV passed 100,000 subs the other day. I thought he already had 100,000, Johnny. Really? Well, good for him, man. That's fantastic. Smart Home Solver says he's officially switching to Home Assistant. What? What? That is awesome. Because he's been wasn't he Smart Things forever? He's officially switching to Home Assistant. Well, hallelujah. You know, I don't know if you were on the last live stream, Rob, but we did the Broadlink RM Pro, the new integration, and we got it learning RF codes, no problem. So that was kind of, and that was obviously for Paul, for Hibbert, right? Yeah, he's full on Smart Things. That's what I thought. Wow, that's great. Well, good. That'll be fun. But anyways, with the Broadlink RM Pro being now pretty easy to integrate into Home Assistant without doing a bunch of YAML and a bunch of craziness, I think Paul will make the jump as well. So he was on Smart Things, run Home Assistant primarily, but Smart Things as a backup. Yeah, sure. Anyways, okay, so Dale's here. So Dale, you want to make your house. We'll do this. We'll just play around with this for a few minutes. Okay. First thing to do is insert your background. All right. Let's pretend you have a floor plan already. So you want to lay the floor plan out and then draw it in Sweet Home 3D. That's one way to do it. I would like to do that. So we're going to choose an image. And it turns out that I have a bunch of images here in my Aidendale folder. I don't know which ones are which. Site map, power measurements, dome options. Let's try that one. Oh, no, that's not it. H15, I don't know what that is. Basic window bag in. Off-grid parcels. That's not one we can use. No. RV floor plan. Oh, let's draw the RV. Perfect. We're going to do the RV. Okay, great. All right, so I'm opening the RV. Now, it's gonna tell us in a minute here something about the size, right? We're gonna have to get it to scale-ish. Oh, this is not exactly how our RV looks. Oh no, it's actually not too bad. That's pretty close. Maybe that is exactly right. No, never mind. I take that back. It is exactly right. I didn't think it was, but no, now that I look at it for a minute, it is. Thank you, Sonar Bees. Okay, so we're gonna have to get it to scale here in a minute. So this says 20-inch flat screen TV. I wonder how, we'll have to just get it sort of more or less. But anyways, you choose your image and then we're going to continue. Now we want it to be length of the line drawn. Okay, so let's say that, in fact, I measured the whole thing from one side to the other and it's like 11 feet wide. So I'm pretty sure that's a reasonable scale. From one end to the other. Pretty sure it's 11 feet wide. It would be nice if there was a dimension on here that I could say for sure. You know, the 20-inch flat TV, that's not really going to help me know exactly the dimension. But anyways, we're going to say that right there is, and let's see, it says inches there, right? So I said it's going to be 11. So somebody do that in their head for me. If we only had a high school teacher could do math really good in his head. 11 feet is how many? 132. Thanks, sir. Good enough. You're awesome. Okay, 132 inches. So now that will put this picture behind my floor plan at that scale. Thank you to everybody who did that. And then let's see, define the origin. So if you want the origin to be in a different place, you move the origin. I'm going to leave the origin there. That's fine. I don't care where the origin is. Okay, bingo. So now we've got this here. Zooming is not as, like, I would like to just scroll my wheel and have it zoom in and out. It doesn't do that on this plan. You have to just plus minus up here. So we'll do that. All right, plus minus, there it is. Great. Now, we're going to drag this over a little bit. Oh, that's as far over as it's going to go. Great. Okay. Next thing you're going to do is make some walls. So this is the Create Walls button right there. So click that Create Walls button. You know what? I wonder if I can make this whole thing any bigger. I guess I can't. So when I zoom in and zoom out, that's going to be just that thing. I was trying to make the font bigger for you guys to be able to see it. But can you see it okay? Hold Control while rolling the mouse. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Brian. Nice. I don't follow the road rules. I don't follow any. There's no way it's 11 feet wide. That would be at the slide. Maybe you're right. So what would it be? 10 feet? 8.5 feet is the max? Are you sure? You're right. It's probably not 11 feet wide. Dang it. 8'6" is the wide width without wide load permit. Are you sure? I mean, okay, well, let's get it right. Let's look it up. Let's look it up. Okay, Workhorse, Seabreeze, XL, Dimensions. That's what it is. It's Workhorse Seabreeze XL. Maybe the 11 feet is with that thing out there. And I think ours is this. Well, we can look at. It says it on that plan. It says it on the plan here. It's the 1341. So we have the 1341. This guy right here. The wheelbase 228 inches. That's front to back though, right? Overall length 34 foot 11 inches. Exterior height 11 foot 9. Exterior height with the satellite option. We don't have the satellite. Interior height, interior width, exterior width, 102 inches. With the slide outs extended, maybe that is it. It could be it. So it's 102. Okay. Okay. So let's go back. We're going back to. Thank you guys. Thank you. I'm glad that we're not doing this alone. All right, I'm going to go back here and I need to get rid of that image. I want to get rid of it. I don't remember how to get rid of it. Delete background image. There you go. Now we're going to import background image. I was just right click to do that. Choose an image. RV floor plan. Open. Continue. Oh, let's make this bigger so I can actually see it. All right, so now we're going to go from here. Yeah, I guess that's right. You know what? Thank you guys for being here because I'm such a dummy. The side of the house where we have the thing parked, the concrete slab is only 10 feet wide and it obviously fits. Math, my head hurts. Yes, thank you, Worm. Thank you. Oh, look at, and there we got Rob with the equation for me. All right. And that's going to be 102. Yeah. 8.5 feet. And that's fine for the origin. Great. Okay, better. Hold Control and scroll. And then it will zoom in. Nice. All right, now we're going to draw some walls. Back to where we started from. So we're going to draw some walls. If I was drawing separate rooms, then this would be a little bit different. But I'm just going to be drawing them. I guess I could make that corner roundish, but we're just going to do this. And then we're just going to click the edges here. Well, let's do that. Click from there to there. And if you're doing this and you want to be super exact, then you do it. Me, I'm just trying to stay in the lines. This is good because I do have to do Roam Assistant anyways. Now, if I do this, watch this. I'll show you what to do with this in a minute. You can arc that wall out. So we can make that wall round. Okay. Bing. Done. Oh, great. Now we can arc this wall out. So we grab this little arrow thing here and we grab just this wall and then we can just pull it. See that? So it's not exactly the same curvature, but at least you get the idea that it's curved. And the whole time we're doing this down here below, it's creating this model in 3D as well that we can spin around and look at. Now here is some fun stuff. This is an RV, right? It's not actually on the ground. Not actually on the ground. It's above the ground. So we can, well, first let's make it a room. Want to make it just one big room? Yeah, sure, whatever. Once you've drawn walls like this, oh, we need other walls. Sorry, that's not the end of the walls. Forgive me. That's not the end of the walls. We have this wall that goes across here. Then we have a wall. Where's the other wall? The other wall is here. The other wall goes from right here to there. I don't really think it's got an angle on it like that, but whatever. And there. And there. For the potty. And then you got a wall that goes from here to there. And then there's a little wall here. And I think that's all. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, nope. We still got a wall. It's more like a cabinet area. But it is this sort of wardrobe with the sliding doors. So we'll put that there. All right. Now, we've got rooms that are separated out a little bit. We're going to need doors. So let's grab a couple doors here. Door frame. We need a sliding door. Slider. I don't know if we're going to have a sliding door. I think I'll just do a door frame. Sliding window. This might not have a sliding door. So Sweet Home 3D, if you buy the free version, if you use the free version, you don't have quite as many things to choose from. Like there's not that many doors here to pick from. So I'm just going to use a door frame and then we just slide it to about the right size. If you pay like $15, you can have a better variety or a bigger variety of furniture and stuff like that. Oh, come on. There it is. Gosh dang it. Control Z. I'm trying to grab. That's the one I want. When it looks like that little target, that's when you can slide it to shrink the size. Okay. And then we're going to need a regular door because those are both sliding doors. But now we need sort of a regular door. Just a regular door here for the bathroom. And come on. Where's my little... There it is. Shrink that guy down like that. Okay. There's that. Now we can do... one of the things I wanted to do was... I wanted to raise the bottom of it. I wanted to raise the walls. I wonder if I can do it like this. Let's see. Modify walls. Yes. Starting height. Okay, this is what I want to do. So I want to start them up off the ground. So I don't know what exactly the starting height is, but I'm going to say it's 2 feet. And then... I don't know what the ending height is, but I'm going to say it's 9 feet. I kind of do know what it is, right? I could look it up on that sheet again. That didn't work. I was hoping it would get it up off the ground, but it didn't seem to. Oh, well. So let's modify that. Let's do that again. Modify the walls. And I don't think that's going to work. Okay. Maybe 7 foot is the whole thing. I wanted it up off the ground. Not exactly sure how to do that, but maybe somebody else knows. Yes, Mac version is available, Miguel. Yes, I use it in Mac all the time. Where is the door to get into the RV? Good question. It's right here with the entry step. So let's put a door there. Now, if the door is swinging the wrong way, like in this one it is swinging the wrong way, you double click it and then you can mirror it. And now it'll swing the other way. And then I can shrink the size of it. So that's the door to get in. That's the only door to get in. It says sloping wall. Oh, I see. I wonder if there is a way to... There should be like a Z distance or something, right? That part I don't know. I've never tried to lift them up off the ground before. Click on the main level and change the elevation. Oh, okay. Well, this is the only level. There's probably, if I search Sweet Home 3D Help, I wonder if there's a elevation thing in here somewhere. Anyways, what are we doing? Hey, Jake, we're drawing a floor plan in Sweet Home 3D, and then this time we're actually drawing the floor plan of the RV. The paid plan where you can add a story. Oh, maybe that's why. Really? Can you not add a level? Oh no, I can add a level. So I just added a level, and then this is the 0 level, and then if I right click, modify selected level, there we go, elevation. Sweet. Now we can bring it up off the ground. We'll just, I don't know how high it's supposed to be up off the ground. 3 feet? I don't know. That didn't work. Look how tall it is down there. That didn't work. Oh well. And this door is not going to be, it can't be a 7. Is that a 7-foot tall door? Anyways. I don't know. The -1 level? Oh. I don't know, Bling. Anyways, let's keep moving on. All right. So there's that. We could do a lot of the things like the steps, and I probably should. Maybe we do need to figure out the level. Do you guys really want to figure out the level? We should probably do it at the level. Okay, fine. Google modifies. Well, it's funny that it says inch, but it actually has the foot marker there. But if I go 24 inches, it just changes it to 2 feet anyways. That might have done it. It's hard to say since there's no like ground down here. All right, well, that's something. If you wanted this level, you could make it a basement or something if you want. But I don't really need 2 levels. I just did that so that I could try and get it up off the ground. That door is way wrong. I know why the door is wrong, because the door should actually be on a different level. I could switch this level. Let's change this level. Modify selected level, and I could actually make this level 0 so that the elevation is 0. So that puts it below the other one. And we're gonna make that level, so it's gonna make it like a crawl space. So we'll make that level, 2 feet high or whatever. Oh, now the whole thing disappeared. That didn't work. That was a bad idea. Oh no, now it's there. There's just nothing on that. I was looking at that level. Okay, I got you. Well, what I want to do actually is move this door to that other level. I should be able to do that like this though. If I click on this door, then I can go to, elevation. I can make the elevation negative. I could go because that door is like -2 feet. Yeah, it won't let me do 2 feet. It won't let me do 2 inches. It won't let me go minus. I should be able to go minus. Nope, it's not letting me go minus. That's weird. I probably have to put it on the other level. If I put it on this level, if I put a door here, you guys all screaming at your screens again? As usual. Elevation. Can I go down here? No. But I'm on the other level. So let's see what happens. All that's there is the door. If I go to this one, now I've got 2 doors. So if I move the top door, oh, that's the bottom door. Yeah, that did it. So if I get rid of this door and I just put this door, now that door is lower. See that? The door is on the other level. So that other level would be like the storage level, right? Hey, S. Warren, how you doing, buddy? Happy New Year. There you go, -1 level. Yeah, we can call this, I can modify this level and call it ground. And this one, you call this one, RV floor. And what I could do with that, which actually would be pretty smart, that's what smart people would do, is that I could use that to be able to draw the cargo space underneath, right? So now I could go to this ground level and highlight the ground level, and then I could draw just walls where we've got the outline of the RV for the storage and stuff. Like that. Pull this wall out. Oops. Pull this wall out. Ah, you turkey. It has to give you that little symbol. Click the wall there. All right. Now these walls, I don't want them to be 8 feet tall. I want them to be like 2 feet tall, right? Modify walls. And right here in the height, I want them to just be 2 feet high. Great, there you go. So now that's just the outline, and that's sort of the storage space. And then if I look at this RV floor, it'll show me both that lower space and the upper space. Perfect. Perfect. That's what we wanted to do. Your new HASS equipment arrived. Awesome. That was inches. You need 24. It does feet. It's still doing feet. It's right. Thank you, though. Cody and Home Assistant. I've never played with Cody too much. I don't know too much about Cody. Okay, let's keep doing this. There's a few things I wanted to do here. One thing I want to do is I want to show you how to make a room. So if you click this button up here that just says, well, when you scroll over it, it says create room. Create rooms. Once you have a box, basically, or a space that is closed in with walls, if you just double click it, it makes a room. It tells you what the room is. Well, it tells you what square footage it is. All right? So there's that. Then we can do, we can put some furniture in here. That'd be kind of fun. We need a bed. So there is a bed. Oh, look at that. It's like the perfect size bed right there. We're also going to need a bit of a couch. Oh, bathroom. Yep, we're going to need to, because what's the good in doing this if you don't actually have the right looking furniture in there? This is good because I'm going to home assistantise this place eventually. So I'm going to want to know like where all my stuff is. I don't know what kind of a shower it's going to give me yet. It's not giving me much to go by as far as shower goes. So I might have to make a wall. Just consider that a shower. Let's just make a wall for the shower. Okay. Oh, man. I guess you guys can't hear it, but Zach is in there being a ridiculous lunatic. Zach is streaming. So I think like every healthy teenage boy, he wants to be a streamer full time. Why not? I'm going to make the height of those walls 7 feet. So he wants to be a streamer. And so I think he's probably streaming on Twitch right now. And we'll have to, you know what we'll do at the end of this? Oh, I got the great idea. At the end of this, we will raid Zach's stream. What do you guys think? It sounds fun. File preferences, select searchable list under the furniture catalog. It'll give you a searchable view. All right. Brian, are you going to make a tutorial about this? Because you got some skills. You know some stuff. Can you export the 3D model as an OBJ from here? I think so. Let's ask Brian. Brian probably knows. I think you can. Let's see. Save as, and then can we save it as a file type? No, that's not it. But we do need to save it before we lose it. Save it as the RV. So I'm going to use this. Totally going to use this. Not pretty enough to do videos. You don't have to show your face, man. You don't have to show your face. All right. Let's find a couch. We do need a couch. Living room. We do need a couch. Now, if you grab something like this armchair, you put it in here, you can change the size of it. You can rotate it however you want it to face, like that. Put it here. In fact, it's probably still too big, so we need to change the size of it some more. And then you can just double click it, and it comes with its own color or whatever, but you can totally change that. Just change the color to something else that you want that like fits the actual color that the thing is in your life, like that. So that's a horrible color. It needs to be much darker than that. Actually, it is pretty light, the colors in the RV, but we'll go with something a little darker. Great. You can do the same with the floor. Right click, and then you can modify rooms, or I think you can just right click on the room. Yeah. Oh, no. No, you double click it. Double click it. And then you can change the color of the floor. So we want to change it to a carpet texture. I hear Zach being a nut. Floor pebbles. So here, again, this is the free version. So I have like no carpet even to choose from. So we're just going to go gray tiles. And now the floor is gray tiles. And in the bedroom, we could just change the color. Instead of having a texture, we could just have it be a color. Okay. And then in here, we'll just do a different tile as well. Do a different texture. And go with the light blue tiles. And in here, light blue tiles again. It keeps the last ones that you used close to the front. Make it easy. Grab those. Okay. All right. Now we can, just like anything else, we can copy those, and then we can Control V and paste them, because those are the same chairs that we use, or that we drive with, which is what's one of the best things about taking an RV on a road trip like this, like we did today, is that there's like, it's like you don't even really get uncomfortable. It's like so comfortable. What program is this? This is Sweet Home 3D, and it's free. Miguel, it's free. It's Sweet Home 3D. Sorry, Sean. Yes, Sweet Home 3D. Red Shag, yeah, baby. Oh, I forgot to mention to my friend. I have a good buddy down in Las Vegas because I grew up down there, and he has a van, and he's in a van club, and he has like that kind of a shag carpet van, you know. Jordan, what kind of info? Oh, Cody, sorry, in home system. Yep, don't know about that. All right. Let's furnish this place up a little bit better here. Let's put a refrigerator in there. Yeah, and we can look here and see, is that about right? Sure. Make it a little bit smaller, but you get the idea. That's the fridge. And then we do have a little bit of a stovetop cooker here. Right there. Shrink that a little bit. And then there are going to be cabinets, so you can stick a cabinet in there. I don't remember which way it's facing. It looks like it's facing the wrong way. So rotate this around. So you kind of use both views at the same time, right? You're going to use the 3D view and the floor plan view. You can't modify things in the 3D view. So like down here, I can't click on anything. I wish you could, but you can't. You just click on stuff up here. That's fine. Just one of the quirks about this software. But man, I tell you what, for what it is, and for if you really don't want, oops, still have the same one. If you really don't want to spend any money on a software like this, it's pretty great for what it can do. And yeah, it's not bad if you did want to do the pay version. For $15, you get a lot of extra stuff. And on my Mac, my laptop, I do have the $15 version. Definitely gonna have to shrink this guy down a bit. Change the angle a little more. Yeah, that's pretty close. We're gonna call that good enough. And then we got another table area here. Let's see. Chest, crib, corner, bathroom. We do need a couch. Chair, desk, dresser, sofa. Sofa's here. There you go. Again, we don't want blue. We're going to change the... Well, we could change it. We could make it a texture this time. Make it like a beige tile couch. Oh, hey. That looks pretty nice. It's all shiny. And then the other thing we got here is the table, which is quite a bit smaller than that, but you know, you get the idea. Like that, little dinette thing here. And then, well, we need a bit of we need a bench. So if I can go here, somebody said go, was it Brian? Turn on the searchable index. It will change your life. Search. Oh, somebody said, can you export it to SVG? There it is. Export to SVG format. Somebody asked. I don't know who did or when it was, but there it is. Export to SVG. Okay. Yeah, I know that on my Mac version, I do have the searchable format thing up here. I just don't know where it went. Import, 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 export. I need a bench. I need a bench. I need a bench. I need a bench. You know what I'm going to do for a bench? I'm actually just going to do a chair. And I'm going to stretch it out. Well, let's see if there's anything in the miscellaneous. No. Staircase? No. Let's do a chair. We'll just do this chair, and we'll just, we'll take the chair and we'll turn it into a bench by changing the size and the shape, like that. We'll put one right there, and then we'll copy it, and we'll Command V it, and then we'll rotate it. We'll put it right there. Hey, hey, there you go. Look at that. We drew the RV. We drew the whole thing. We drew the whole thing. Over here, what we've got is like a wardrobe kind of a thing. Whatever. I just put some sliding doors on it. Slider window. Anyways, I'm not too worried about it. Bedroom wardrobe. Yeah, there you go. So we'll stick a wardrobe here, and then we'll just make it fit. That's kind of what's there. And then actually same thing over here is a bit of a wardrobe. Just fits in this little corner. And it did have an old TV on it. Okay. All right. I think I'm done. What do you guys think? How's that? That help? Do they have LED strips as models? They should. Oh, the bathroom sink. You're so right. I totally forgot the bathroom sink. I totally forgot the wash basin with the cabinet. It goes right here. And that means we're going to need kitchen cabinets next to it. Yeah, you get like no choices for kitchen cabinets and stuff with this one. With the for $15, you do get quite a bit more options. You have quite a bit more stuff to choose from. You have different kinds of countertops. You have different shapes of things. You know, more sinks, more furniture, more lots of stuff. $15. There you go. Now we got it. Thank you very much. You're right. Okay. And like, I don't even know if there's a mirror. Is there even like a vanity mirror in here or anything? No, bathroom doesn't even have a mirror. We could put a round window, pretend like this is where there's a window. Oh gosh, no. Anyways. But yeah, you could, you could put the windows in. There's not a window here, but yeah, you could put the windows in because there are windows. Window here, right there. But then you got to change the size of it. So now you want to change the size, like how tall is it? Well, that window there is probably only, we're going to say it's 2 feet tall. And then, oh, that's the X location. Oh, let's see what happens there. Oh, yep, nope. Okay, that's the right and left. I misunderstood that, what it was asking me for. Over here is what I want. The width is 4 feet. Yeah, that seems fine. The depth is fine. This, 6 foot? No, it's like 2 foot. Ooh, where'd it go? Oh, it made it 2 inches. And then the elevation height, we want the elevation height to be up there somewhere around probably 6 feet or so. Okay, that's off by quite a bit. We want the elevation, maybe the elevation is more like 4 feet. There it goes. And then we can put it back on the wall here and slide it over a little bit. And there, bingo. Now we can just basically do that same thing over here where we've got a couple more of these windows. Like there's window there. And I'm just doing Control V and copying those windows. There's windows there. And these might be, maybe these windows over here are taller than the bedroom windows. So instead of having a 2 foot height, let's say these have a 3 foot height. Oop, but then we got to lower the elevation where it starts by a foot as well. Yeah. Now it's going to be easier to just delete this one, copy this one. Okay. There you go. Sweet. Can you export STL so we can print it? Yes. STL, I don't know. SVG, yes. That's a good question. I don't know about STL. Good question. I would think so, but I don't know. Let's maybe. Does somebody want to Google that? Could use this program to design your patio? Yeah, for sure, Sideband. It's made to design your house, and I've done my house. I've done my house. I've done the Hobbit hole. I've done, our dream someday castle, which is going to be next to the Hobbit hole. I've drawn all those in this, and that's probably why it's. I mean, I don't know everything, but I'm reasonably facile, I think, with it. You can do things too, like you can change the walls. So if you pick a wall, actually you can pick a whole room. So if you pick a whole room like this, you can change the walls. So the walls, sides around the room. You want to change the color of the walls. Go here and say you want the walls to be sort of a, gosh, I don't know, what's a good, reasonable reasonable brown color, I guess, something like that. Or maybe it's a little bit lighter. You want something like this, yellow, fine. So then we're going to change the walls. And now that changes the walls inside that whole room, the color of the walls. Our RV is not yellow. It's actually just white, but it looks better to have some kind of color to it. What else can you do from this one? You could do, this said you could add a baseboard. So if you're working on in a house and you wanted to add a baseboard, you could add a baseboard around the wall. You have to really zoom in down here to see it, I guess, but you could add a baseboard for looksies, right? Anyways. SVG to STL.com. Ooh, nice. Grotto. Let's see if I can pick that. So SVG to STL, really. Export to STL is already set as a feature request. Oh, cool. Cool. It comes out flat, though. Oh, if you do it to an STL, and then you'd have to extrude it. Yeah. Well, that's great, Worm. If it's a feature request, maybe someday they'll add it. So cool. So Dale wanted to know about that. So then we could do things like you put the lights in, right? So here's lights. And so you want white light source, work lamp, incandescent light source, floor upright, blue, fire glow. So we would just go with wall spotlight, wall plug light. I think I would just probably go with wall with light source like this. And we would just put those, where they are in the ceiling here. And then the reason to export this, you don't need this, put the lights on there, but you can, right? Whatever. But the reason to export this as an SVG is so you can use it in your Lovelace dashboard, right? So I can make this nice, semi 3D looking floor plan here. And then I can do it a couple ways. You could do the SVG, or you could just do a snapshot. This thing will just take a snapshot for you, right? Create photo. We can make it a really nice rendered photo out this way. I don't know what it's going to look like when we do that, but let's give it a go. Takes a while. Happy New Year! So there's my nice rendered, but it looks like it's all washed out in the middle there. I don't know why. It's because I didn't really locate the cameras or anything like that, right? So I want to save it, and I guess it's just saved as RV PNG. Where did it go? That's not it. Where'd it go? Did I not save it in Aidendale? I thought I did. Where did it go? Yeah, RV PNG should be there. Cancel. Close. Maybe it needs a refresh. Doesn't look like there's very many files in there. Why do I not see RV PNG? It must need to update here. Oh, maybe that's the wrong Aidendale. That's why. Because I have more than one. That one's actually on a network drive. Ha! Because I got more than one Aidendale file folder. That's a problem. I need to combine those. I thought everything in here was also being copied over there. Okay, there it is. So now we could use this as our Lovelace floor plan. It looks really crappy. That does not look great. I think I should have increased the pixels, but whatever. It looks okay. Anyways, and then with this, you can put your Lovelace devices, and you can say when you're turning on and off the lights. Or I want to have for the RV, a couple of things that I would like to see are like when the sides are out, when the sides are in, when the feet are down, when the feet are up, when the I want to know like when the generator's on, when the generator's off, and I want to know it when I'm not in the RV also. I want to know it out here. Jonathan, am I RV shopping? No, I already bought one. But I bought an old one. The one I bought is it's like a 2006. It's old, so it's cheap. and where it was cheap, and it was some friends that had it, and we bought it temporary. We bought it just to use to go up to our little hobbit hole land for the next year or so until we get our place built up there. So anyway, that was fun. That was fun. Thank you, Dale, for making me do that. Anything else? Any other questions or anything about this particular thing? I know you guys are talking about the SVG and stuff, whatever. Yes, exactly, TRCC. You got to know when the tank is full, and you know what I'm talking about. Can I still can't use the dig quad because you said I need to compile, but I have no idea how to do that. No, Albert, you don't need to compile. You need to update. So you shouldn't need to do anything. Sorry, Albert. I'm sorry if you misunderstood something that I said. No, you don't need to compile to use the dig quad. So you bought a dig quad. You have it with you. This program is Sweet Home 3D. Sweet Home 3D, and it's free. But for $15, you can get a really good sort of update or increase in options and stuff. Okay. Home Assistant support RVC CAN bus. I don't know, Drew. I don't know. I like how you were streaming while your wife was driving. I don't think I could get my wife to drive one. I've been very impressed. She has been quite the trooper when it came to driving. So when we drove down to my sister's house on Thursday morning, when we drove down there, I had come off a night shift. So I'd been up all night working and got home at 7 a.m. We packed up and left by like 8:30. And I just went in the back and went to sleep. Or tried to. And she drove the whole way. And it was crappy weather. I mean, it was snowy and sleety and gross. And it was awful. NFC tag. Sorry, I'm not following some of these questions. Is the software that can change the brightness of a room if the light is on? What you have to do, Sean? Yes, it can. Yes, it can. And then for what you have to do some of that on your own in Lovelace. And I don't have a good tutorial on that. Other people are better at that. Teaching Birds and Dino Tech is a good one for that kind of stuff. And I'm sure there's others. Zach maybe could do it. Zach Barrett probably could do it. Others could probably do it. But what you kind of have to do, at least what you used to have to do, and things get better and change. So I know how to do something and then it changes and gets better. And then I'm outdated. But there was a time where what you had to do was have different pictures. And if the lights were on, it showed one picture. And then you just had another picture that was kind of laid on top of that wasn't there until you turned the lights off, and then that picture showed up, But I don't know if that's still the way it worked or not. This would be a visual to see where you want everything, or is it to put into the Home Assistant program? Both, Theo. Both. You could just use it to plan out things, but you could use it for, like in Home Assistant, if you look at my Home Assistant, I did this a long time ago, and it's, again, it's updated, it's changed, it's better now than it was. But here's my floor plan that I drew of one of our floors. And you can see here, actually, that some of these things are still working. So it still shows that, like, my crown molding is here. And if I click on this, it turns off the light. If I click on this, right? So you can do this with the floor plan in Home Assistant. And you can have like sensors show data. So here I've got the temperature in the girls' room showing up there. I haven't updated this or changed it or done anything with it in a long time. So that's why some of these are like unavailable. This is the 3D printer, the fans in their rooms. I could turn their fans on and off. It looks like some of the other stuff's not showing up. Temperature sensor stuff maybe. So it's not updated in this floor plan, but you can do these things. Like I can check and see if the garage doors are open or closed. I can check and see if there's a car in there or not. I can turn the porch light on or off. All that from here as well. I can see what the temperature is, turn the fan on, turn the bedroom light off, all that stuff. So it's pretty fun. I need to do it again. I need to go back in and do this. I wouldn't change my floor plan because the floor plan is fine, but I would change these icons and change how this is done because it's probably different and better now. for like slick, accurate lighting. Yes, you could do that. And there are people who have done it and it does look super slick. I have an engaging way of speaking. Well, thank you, Alex. Thank you. For a living, I actually put people to sleep. I'm not a hypnotist either. It's just what I do. All right. I want to talk about one more thing for a minute. Should we even dive into that? Yeah. I just want to talk for a minute and then we're going to cut it off here. I know it's not been my typical 2 hours, but I'm going to cut it off so that I can get kids ready for bed and stuff. They have school in the morning. So let's read the questions. I'm going to read the questions in the Ask channel of Discord. This is the symbol for tilde. All right, I'm going to read in the Ask channel. Right? It did look like I was able to, James. Yeah, I decided to do it. Decided to give it a go. I know you've been here since the beginning, but Sleeper Hole. That's right, Bobby. How's it going, man? How you doing? Oh, look at this. Look at the thumbnail that it gave me. That was 0 views. All right, let's go to the Ask channel. Ask Questions channel. Okay. Question. You stated during a previous stream that Mr. LED would place a larger bulk order in the spring. Who is this person and that we should try and get on board with that bulk order? So Worm, that is RGB man. His name is Mike Downey. He's a guy here that lives near me, and he's been importing and selling large quantities of pixels out of his garage, basically, for about 1.5 years. And he's hundreds of thousands easily. And he usually will put in a big order in the spring. So if you go to rgb-man.com, bulk buys, he kind of does his own thing with selling his pixels. So I like to promote it because he's a good guy and I want him to do well. Him and I together do the permatrack. But I don't participate in the business end of his RGB stuff, of his pixels. But he's got good pixels. He sells good pixels, and there are different levels of LED light enthusiast, I think. There are the guys who do the big shows, right? You got the big shows and props every year and X lights and music and all those things, right? Our pixel heads are those kind of guys. And there are lots of them out there. Then there is a whole nother group that thinks it's really cool, but is probably not going to dedicate that much of an investment into the pixels and just wants to do like the roof, maybe a mega tree, kind of like that. So the guys who really go crazy and have like tens of thousands of pixels in their yard, Mike caters to those guys, and that's the kind of guy he is. So he doesn't like just grab any pixel. Like he's like, oh no, it's got to be this kind. It's got to have true color, this and blah, blah, blah. Me, I'm like, what's the cheapest stuff on AliExpress? I'm going to put that on my house. So Mike sells quality pixels, and I think that's great. And you should try and get them from him. I don't know what he's going to do about a big order. I know he usually does. So if you put in an order with him, usually about this time he starts a sale, an off-season sale. So thank you, Ramnik. Oh, and somebody subscribed. We haven't done the Dr. Pepper all night. It's because I've been drinking water, which is also a piece. Okay. Hey, Brendan, how's it going, man? How's it going? Okay, let's answer another question. What project have you done that has had the biggest efficiency boost or practical impact on how you live day to day? Man, HQ, you ask some good questions, brother. You ask some good questions. I think the most efficiency boost and the practical impact on how we live day to day. I've kind of turned it off in the winter, but in the summertime, I have this sort of thermostat flow that varies between, I've got it turned off right now. just because I don't remember why. I think in the shoulder season, it wasn't quite functioning the way I wanted it to. So I turned it off temporarily. And now that it's winter, all I need is my heater. But this is a bit of a logic flow that varies switching on and off my whole house fan or the air conditioning. So what it does is it takes a look at what the outside temperature is, and then based on the outside temperature, it decides whether to turn on the air conditioning or whether to turn on this quiet, cool fan, which is the big whole house fan. If it's cool enough outside, then we want it to turn on the fan instead of the air conditioning. But if it gets too hot outside, I want it to turn on the air conditioning and not the fan. So it doesn't just measure the temperature inside. It also goes by the temperature inside to whether or not the air conditioner turns on, because what that does is that says, what this does is it turns on the air conditioning, as in gives the air conditioning the option then to look at the thermostat and see if it needs to kick on or off. So this is part of it that just says, okay, it's air conditioner time versus fan time. But then whether the fan is on or whether the air conditioner is actually running and blowing cold air is based on the inside temperature. And the way that I got this thing worked out was it also includes the floor, the heat. I should turn it back on and troubleshoot it now that it's wintertime. But I've got so that it basically will turn on the fan or turn on the heat or whatever. And then another thing that it does, well, this doesn't quite do it, but as part of this, whenever that fan comes on, it opens three windows. It opens 3 windows in the house. It opens a window in the basement, a window in the master bathroom, and a window in the toy room upstairs here. So it opens 3 windows in the house, and then when that fan is running, it sucks in the cooler air from outside and cools off the house for very little energy, way less than running an air conditioning. It's just a big fan. It runs on like a couple of amps at the most. So, and then when it closes, or when it turns off, when the fan turns off and the air conditioning turns on, it also closes those windows. So those windows I have on, a couple of them are on linear actuators, and one of them is on a crank with like a high torque it's a high torque DC motor that opens and closes that window. So that's probably the one that has had the biggest impact on sort of energy efficiency and stuff like that. Yeah, what do I use to open the windows? I did videos about it, Mark. I did 2 videos about it. One of them with the linear actuator, and one of them with the crank thing. Have I looked at Frigate for personal car detection? No, I have not. Somebody did mention that to me though. I still love my Frigate. What did you call it? Person detection. Oh, is this the one that is NVR? Yeah, no, I haven't. Somebody did mention this the other day, though, so I haven't really used it, but I should look into it. Here's what I'm going to need. I'm going to have my Reolink NVR, and so I need to incorporate, if I'm going to incorporate person detection, like image recognition stuff, it needs to be in with the Reolink NVR. That's where I'm at this point. 2 channels. First channel's 396 on a Megatree, and the second is 50 on the Star. Oh, it's at 4 channel 350, isn't it? So I need video on how to compile, please. Oh, Albert, I don't know how to compile myself. I know that you would have to go in and set 396. Oh man. Let's see. I'd have to play around with that. You might not necessarily have to compile that. It would just be that because if you set them all from number 1, I don't remember what happens. Yeah, I think I can pull RTSP from the NVR. Oh, sorry. So sorry. Gosh, sorry. All your ears. Albert, I want to help you, but I don't. I have to play with that myself and figure that out. If there's a way to do that or how that would work exactly. I would say go to the Discord with the LED channel. You can see if the pixel heads can help you figure that out. The other place would be Quindor is, if I need a specially compiled version of WLED, I go to Quindor. Quindor did a video. Quindor did a live stream. So if you go to Quindor's YouTube page, he did a live stream on how you compile it and how you can change those numbers so that your one channel is 396 and your other channel is 50. But I don't know how to do that. Yeah, Quindor did a whole video on how to compile. All right, I got 3 more questions to answer. Let's do this. Mike says, can you explain the icon stuff? Did you install extra stuff? Where do you reference the icons? Okay, so the icons in Home Assistant, by default, you can use Mdi Icons, and Mdi Icons is a big generic database of icons, basically. It's this big, I don't remember what it stands for. You guys can tell me before I can think about it or look it up. So Mdi Icons are just a big database of icons that everybody can use. So I think when you type in MDI : and then the name of the icon like I did, it goes out to this website and grabs that icon and brings it in. There are other sources of icons. Another source of icons is Font Awesome. And there's an integration in Home Assistant for Font Awesome. Font Awesome has different levels, and they have a lot of free ones, a lot of free icons, but they're not all free. And sometimes so you might find one icon you really like, but that icon might have like 4 or 5 versions. One of them that's solid, one of them that's an outline, one of them that's got something else on it. And maybe one of those, gosh, I keep hitting my microphone. And maybe one of those versions is free, but the others you have to pay for. So that's Font Awesome icons. And then the other ones, yes, Hass icons now. But so you can call it as Hass icon, but it's really Mdi icons. That's what Zach is saying. Okay, great. Font Awesome icons gallery. Paul, how did you post? Oh, because you're a moderator. That's why you can post those. I like the Font Awesome icons as well. Like if you look down here, so this D&D symbol, that is a Font Awesome icon. This dinosaur, I think, is a Font Awesome icon as well. But then a lot of them are just MDI icons. So whatever you like. Don't use Hass. Okay. Good. I've always used MDI, or I've used a few cases where I've done Font Awesome. Hass is for internal code only. Oh, Hass : may not work. Oh, cool. Okay. So you know what you guys are going to find out about Zach Barrett, if you don't already know this, is that he actually knows stuff. So when I tell you stuff, it's because I just barely figured it out. And I struggled and I kind of just sorted it out myself or something. Zach actually knows. So he's going to be a great source of information as he continues to grow his library of how-to videos. All right. Let's see. And then Worm asks, do I use anything in Octoprint to manage my filament? No, but I was just going to start doing that one. Remember we looked at that, like a filament tracker or something it was called. I can't remember now what we called it, but it was whoa. Hold on. I just noticed something out of the corner of my eye. The air conditioning's on upstairs. And so that's part of why. So this is because I don't have my thing on and because it's warm up here. So I've got my air conditioner and my heater fighting with each other right now. Stupid. I just looked at that and that thing was spinning. I was like, wait a minute. That's not supposed to be spinning. Sheesh. Jeez Louise. Yeah, so a filament sensor. I want the one that weighs it would be nice. One that weighs it would be nice. You know what, Sir Goodenough will make a Zach Barrett little thing for us. We should while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to Sir Goodenough. What are we fixing today? You guys probably already have, but let's make sure what are we fixing today? There he is. What? 422? That's ridiculous. I'm subscribed. Turn on the notifications, though. So good enough, we'll do some live streams from time to time as well. So don't forget him. Waft it. Anyways, yeah, I haven't used anything for Octoprint, but there is the thing I was going to use was a plugin that was for, like, you put in the amount of filament. You put in, like, when you're starting a new filament, you put in how much filament's on there and stuff, and then it, based on how many prints you do and what you use, it subtracts it and tells you when you're getting close to done. Something like that. Scott Snow, trying to pay attention and design in Sweet Home 3D. We're about done for the night, so nothing much left to pay attention to. On Quinto's latest Quinbox, he got a heater for his filament that also weighs it. Oh, wow. I wonder what he's smart. I should do that. That's generally the thing I do, is whatever Quindor's doing, because that's a smart thing to do. No, I'm going to ask him, does he buy most of those things, or does people send him things? Because I'm constantly turning people away that want to send me stuff. And I guess I've started doing it on live streams with Banggood. But I just never know what to get. I should watch his stuff and get what he gets. All right, last question. Can you recommend a 3D printer at different price points? Less than 500, less than 1,000, and under 5,000. What 3D printers would you recommend for a first timer? HQ asking the question. My go-to printer for a first timer is the Ender 3 V2. So the Ender 3 V2 is the Pro, what used to be the Ender 3 Pro with some improvements still. So it's kind of like the next generation after the Pro, I guess. So it's a great printer, makes great prints, comes more or less, I shouldn't say more or less put together, but more or less calibrated. Like, it's not too difficult to put it together. I think I put it together in an hour and a half. And we got to crash Zach. Yeah, we got to crash Zach. Is he still on? Let's look and see. So the Ender 3 is definitely the one to get. Let's see if King's... Oh, he is still streaming. He is still streaming. Oh, good. He's got one viewer. Okay. This is Zach right now. This is my boy Zach. He's got one viewer. Now he's got two. He's goofing off. Hopefully there's no bad words going on here, Zachary Michael. No, he's talking French. He's talking with a French accent. So if you're offended by people who are doing bad accents and you're from France, then you don't want to watch Zach. So we'll remember to rate him. Let's rate him right now. Let's just do it. You guys ready? Let's do it now before I forget. Okay, so to rate Zach, we need to be following, got notifications. Okay, we need to go to my channel. We're going to raid Zach. Here it comes, Zachy boy. Pause myself. Go into my chat. And then I go /raid. And then King Zerp. Okay. He's not singing Hello Dolly. Okay, here it comes. 23 viewers getting ready to raid King Zerp. You ready? You ready? Here we go. Boom! Hi, Zachy. Good times, good times. All right, see you later, Zach. See you later, Zach with a K. Yeah, as long as he's not singing Hello Dolly. Yeah, Hello Dolly starts this week. Hello Dolly starts this week. So there will probably come a time, guys. Me and Zach have been talking about this, planning this, where I will stream D&D on Zach's channel. How does that sound? Does that sound cool? I want to play D&D more. I want to play with Zach and his friends more. And we might as well stream it. And if we're going to stream, I'd rather stream, we'll stream it on Zach's channel. But if you guys want to hang out with me and us, that's where we'll be. We'll be at King Zerp. King Zerp. Sound good? All right. Let me call up the kids. Let me call up the rest of the monkeys for sign off. Ooh, except for I don't think it's going to work. Can you hear him? He is such a turkey. I got to tell him to turn up his mic. Yeah, you can't hear him, huh? Pew, 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 pew. I told him to turn down his audio last time I listened to him because he was yelling. And so when he was yelling, it was like blowing out his microphone. All right. Let me go tell him. I don't know. Has he realized that we were doing this? I'm going to go tell him. All right. Hey, Zachary. Hey, girls, you ready for sign off?
Yeah. Wait, what? Wait, what? Where's the live stream? Oh, Zach got weighted, I think. Oh, we're saying sign up on Zach? Yeah. What's good, chat?
What are you doing? Chug-a-lug, chug-a-lug. Okay, you ready?
I was drinking.
All right.
Hi, Zachy.
All right. Okay, we ready to sign off?
No.
Oh. Let's sign off like it's New Year's Eve.
No.
Ready? As always, thanks for watching. Until next time.
Bye,
Zachy. Okay, I'm signing off, but Zach's still going to be playing for a little while, but not too long because he's got school tomorrow, Zach. Adios. All right, everybody. Have a good weekend. Have a good week. We'll see you sometime later.